Let me trim this. One of the easiest ways to change your level of fitness, whether it be your conditioning or strength or whatever, is to change your environment. One of the first things I always ask new clients of mine is what their spouse is like, what their friends are like, what their work environment is like. And a lot of times they're like, why do you need to know about my wife? But chances are, if you are trying to change your life for the better, get in better shape, make improvements to yourself, and your spouse is not, chances are greatly reduced that you will actually change yourself. A lot of times when people try to change themselves for the better, they start working out, people subconsciously try to sabotage them. I see it all the time. If you've ever worked in an office environment, you've definitely seen it, where someone will start working out, and then suddenly people start bringing in donuts. They bring in M&Ms and fucking Tootsie Rolls and shit. And it's not there's malicious intent behind these people. They're not purposely trying to sabotage, but they see a reflection of themselves in this person who's trying to change themselves, and they don't like what they see because they notice, man, I'm kind of fat, and I'm kind of lazy, and I haven't really done anything with my life. So they try to bring everyone down to their level. Again, it's all subconsciously, but it happens all the time. Again, if you've ever worked in an office, and you might notice it too, if your spouse, if your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever, you might notice that if you start working out, they'll be like, oh, do you have to go to the gym again? You've already been there a few times this week. Isn't that enough? Everyone's heard that, I'm sure, at some point. Just watch one more episode of Netflix. You don't need 8 hours of sleep. Just watch one more episode with me. Because, again, they look at you and they see themselves and they see how shitty they are, basically. And there's a lot you can do to change your environment. I'm not necessarily saying you should break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever. But you can try to influence them. Try to get them, force them to come to the gym. Be like, you're in bad shape. Be honest with them. Come to the gym with me. I'm also in bad shape. We can do this together. Easy. And if they don't want to change, then maybe break up with them. It's tough love, but if you're trying to make yourself better and your partner's not helping you, then they're probably not a very good partner. Quit your job. Get a new job. It's easier said than done for a lot of people, but where there's a will, there's a way. So change jobs. Change departments at your job, maybe. Not that hard. If you look at, for example, Eric Bugenhagen, if you look at all of his videos, and his old ones and his new ones, where was he? He was in a dark, dingy, smelly basement with metal blasting. And he was the only one there. No distractions. There wasn't a TV in the side. Out of the corner of your eye, you're not seeing ESPN. The other corner, you're not seeing the Kardashians. Because whether you know it or not, that's bringing you down slightly. At my gym, unfortunately, there's a small TV there, and if I'm there alone, I make sure to turn it off always. Because it's a distraction. I'm a very focused person, but it's still there. And also with Eric being alone, because he's such an intense person, he's the only one there. So all that's in that gym is pure intensity. If you look at Westside Barbell, for example, a big reason for why they're so successful is because of the people they have there. Not just their training methods, which is a big part of it too, but the people there. They have Chuck Vogelpohl type people, crazy motherfuckers who are willing to die basically to hit a lift. And lo and behold, everyone there lifts heavy ass weights, and they're awesome at it. And it's hard if you just go to a normal gym. If you're in a small town, you might only have one or two options, and they might be, just some Globo gym. But there's a lot you can do to change that. You can start talking to people at the gym. If you see someone who is struggling, doesn't and just kind of fucks around, maybe befriend them and then slowly introduce them to how to train properly, how to start lifting heavy. At the gym where I am, when I first started here, no one talked to each other. But what I did, I made sure that I created a family here. I started talking to everyone who comes down into the weight room, talk to all of them. And once they start talking, they start asking about your training. And once they start asking about your training, you can, kind of influence them. Hey, maybe try what I'm trying. Try a heavy back squat, stuff like that. Try maxing out your deadlift, see what happens. And then slowly you create this environment. And even if you only get everyone around you 10% better, that's going to make a huge difference on your level of training. This isn't rocket science. This isn't some deep philosophical shit. Just if people around you are good, you'll be good. So I don't know. There's no real point to this video. I just want to kind of try and convince y'all to maybe do something. I don't know. But I had another point to make. I can't remember what it was. I should have made note cards, but I don't do that except when I'm on the toilet. But yeah. In conclusion, lift heavy shit. Make sure everyone around you. Oh, here's my point. In my opinion, you become the average of the 5 people who hang around most. So if the 5 people who hang around most are a couple coworkers who are lazy, your spouse who is also lazy, and let's say you have, I don't know, your best friend who's also lazy, you're probably lazy. So change a few of them. Hell, if you change out 3 of those people out of the 5 and get, replace them with awesome dudes or girls, then you'll probably raise yourself up. It's simple. Break up with your shitty girlfriend or boyfriend. Quit your shitty job. Quit your shitty gym. And change yourself for the better. That's it. Love y'all.